this your fourth year?
Yeah. Well, our third anniversary was like in December last year.
I see. Okay.
So just over 3 years now.
Just over 3 years old. Yeah. A lot of people say that, you know, especially when you're Malaysian and then you go to the UK and you know how to cook. A lot of people say, why don't you open a restaurant? You know how to cook, it's going to sell. Even here, you know, if you cook something good, people say, boleh buka kedai. But then you actually did it. So, how was that process? You know, you actually went from cooking for yourself, cooking for your friends, to cooking for a whole lot of people. So the transition, and how did you have to train your sous chefs and
When I first started the restaurant, I mean, like I learned that, you know, I have to have a very good system in the kitchen, in the front. I mean, I've done lots of research. I mean, I went to lots of other restaurants and see how they work. I mean, there's always confrontation between the front and also the kitchen
of course,
staff. It's always like, cake and all that. But I'll make it like, you know, we work in the restaurant like a family. So it's like, I would say, well, lots of my staff, they are all Malaysians.
Right, I see. So you actually help, you know, the local student community, I suppose.
Yeah, lots of students as well. I mean, they come and work in my restaurant part-time. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the bad stuff, I have to get rid of them and then keep all the good stuff, and then the one that we can get along with.
Right, I see. No, but I completely agree with you about the whole confrontation between the front and the back. Because if you go to Birmingham and a place called Hippodrome, that confrontation is called Dino.
Oh, Dino.
I used to work as a waiter, so I understand. So how does it feel to actually work with Malaysian students? You know, do you feel closer to home when you do that?
Yeah. I mean, like they becomes like my, well, I won't say children because I'm not that old yet. So, but I mean, they become like brothers and sisters. So we kind of look after each other. So I look them as my, you know, my staff, my good staff, and then they look me as well. They call me boss. So boss.
Okay.
So I mean, they always make sure that I always like eat something before I start working, or drink something before I start working. So, and I'll make sure that they're well fed as well.
Right,
so,
I see.
Yeah.
And how about the values? You know, the Malaysian values, the culture, in terms of, you know, Malaysian courtesy, Malaysian hospitality. How do you impart those to your customers? You know, make them feel a little bit closer to Malaysia in that sense.
The way we make it, I mean, we train our staff. I mean, have to be very, very friendly to the customers. Okay, like you probably heard, like the customers always right.
Share with us, you know, the best bits of having, you know, a restaurant, a Malaysian restaurant. And how does it make you feel? Because I don't think I've asked you that yet.
To be honest, I'm very proud. I mean, as a Malaysian, I'm very proud because I'm kind of one of the people that managed to open a restaurant in the UK. So it's a hard work and lots of challenges, but I hope, you know, this is something that's going to make Malaysians proud as well. I mean, to see what I've achieved over there. So hopefully, what I'm working on at the moment, I want to be like a Malaysian food ambassador. So I want to introduce Malaysian food throughout the UK, because at the moment, not many people are aware of, you know, the best thing of what, you know, Malaysia can offer for the food.
Well, but you're certain about the whole food ambassador thing, yeah? Because, you know, I read your profile again, and you know, there are many things you can be ambassador of. You've just mentioned Nusantara, so you dance, you do interior decoration, and apparently the uniform of his staff also was designed by him. So that's fashion and food.
Okay.
So how do you play so many cards in one person?
The purpose of that was actually trying to save money, okay? Whereas dancing for Nusantara, but I didn't realize that I've got that talent. So that's something come up naturally. So yeah, so the dance bit, I mean, I was so proud because we performed in front of the Queen in Westminster Abbey. So that's the best.
Westminster Abbey?
Yeah, not many people can, you know, can do that. You know, so I mean, at that time they have these Commonwealth gatherings. So all the diplomats from all the Commonwealth countries were there. So that was the best thing, being a dancer at that time.
Yeah.
So
well, you see, you know, he's good at, you know, what he does in the restaurant, and then he just so happens to dance on the side. And what does he do? He dances in front of the Queen. So okay, well, we're gonna go for another short break. When we come back, we're gonna try and see if some of that talent and some of that passion is gonna rub off on me and as well on you. So stay tuned.